friends, I'm Wednesday. I'm going to be guiding us through Vinyasa Flow this morning. It has an Ashtanga backbone to it. I know I've been on a little hiatus, so I'm happy to be back. Let's all... Hi friends, I'm Wednesday. I'm going to be guiding us through a Vinyasa Flow this morning. It has an Ashtanga backbone to it. Let's get started in Child's Pose. Knees are spread wide, toes are pressing together lightly. We sit back onto our heels, and as we do this, we're going to take our hands forward, gripping against the mat, spreading the fingers wide. We let the belly drop towards the mat. As we do this, we're pressing our hands into the mat, pressing the sits bones into the heels. Fingers are spread wide, and we begin to deepen our breathing here. In and out through the nose, filling all the way up on an inhale, and exhaling every bit of air on the exhale. Maybe it'll make some sound like ocean waves. Inhaling and exhaling. If you can't hear your breath, means you're not breathing loud enough. Should sound like ocean waves or like you're fogging a mirror. So this is called deep breathing with sound. We'll be doing this throughout our practice today. If at any point you get overheated, just go back to this pose right here, Child's Pose. Maybe take a couple exhalations through the mouth. That will help you expel a little bit of that heat, help you just get back to a controlled breath. So this is our starting position, and just remember, if at any point you need to rest here, this pose is always here for you. Let's inhale, bringing our hands over to the right side of the mat. The left hand will place on top of the right hand, still reaching for the mat, pressing the hips into the sits bones, getting a nice side body stretch on the left side here. Crawl the hands over to the left side of the mat. Right hand is on top of the left hand. Hips are sent back onto the heels. Right side body stretch here. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Let's crawl the hands back into the center of the mat. And on an inhale, we're going to bring the hips up. Now we're sending it right into a swan. So we're going to keep our toes in contact with one another, keeping the knees wide. Let's just rock the hips forward, bringing the toes up. Now as we do this, we're going to lift our head and bring the back of our head towards the toes, as if they're going to touch. Nice hip stretch here. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Let's send the hips back. As we do this, we're going to tuck the toes and transition into a down dog, bringing the knees up. Maybe pedal out the feet here. First down dog of the day. Fingers are spread wide, giving the fingers a nice stretch, gripping against the mat. The goal is to get our heels touching the mat. If you're not there, that's okay. Just keep pressing. If you're easily touching your heels on the mat, maybe bring your feet a little bit further back on the mat. Maybe now your heels aren't touching, and now you can work towards increasing your flexibility by pressing those heels into the ground. Let's unplug the hands and walk them back towards the feet. Feet are hip width. We're going into ragdoll. Grab for either elbow. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe shake the head yes and no. If this is a lot on your lower back, go ahead and create a deep bend in the knees. Maybe even creating contact with the belly and the top of the thighs. This should alleviate some of that back strain here. still going to give you a nice stretch. Let's release the hands to the floor, placing the left hand in front of the feet. Now we've got a deep bend in the left leg. Right leg stays straight. Let's inhale the right arm up, gazing at the right hand. Maybe take that hand in some fists. Circle the wrist out. If you circle it out, make sure you switch directions. And switch. Let's bring the right hand in front of us. Left arm peels up. Now the right leg is bent, left leg is straight. Gazing towards the left fingers. Maybe once again take that hand in some fists. Maybe circle out the wrist. Taking it in one and then the other direction. And exhale. Let's come back into this forward fold. Little shoulder opener here. Let's inhale the arms behind the back, interlacing the fingers back here as we do so. Now, while we forward fold, let's just leave our interlaced hands back here, and we're gonna push them away from the back. Just a little extra shoulder stretch here as we're in our forward fold. Two more breaths here. Again, if you want to bend your knees, that's always a welcome option in a forward fold, is to have bent knees. All right, let's release the grip. Bring the hands back down to the ground, and let's crawl the hands out into a plank position. Let's just hold here for 3 breaths, because why not? Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Let's just lower the knees here. Setting up for cat-cow. Knees are hip width apart. They're right underneath our hips. Hands are right underneath the shoulders. Let's inhale, drop the belly, look up for cow. Exhale, round the back. Shoulders to the ears for cat. Inhale, drop the belly, look forward. Exhale, round and arch, shoulders to the ears. Inhale, and if you want to take it at your own pace here, please do. You don't have to follow my breaths. We're going to do 3 more cycles here. Here with me, inhale, drop the belly, look up. Exhale, arch. 2 more, inhaling, cow. And exhale, cat. Inhaling for cow. And exhale, cat. All right, coming back to neutral. We're gonna do 2 more rounds. It's gonna be a little bit funky. So we're gonna flip the toes underneath. We're gonna hover the knees. All right, let's just do 2 more rounds like this. If this is too much for you, just go ahead and do 2 more rounds of cat-cow. Sucking the belly button towards the rib. Let's inhale, look forward, cow. Exhale, round for cat. Hovering those knees off the ground. 1 more round like this. Inhaling, cow. And exhale for cat. Really pulling the belly up, belly button into the ribs. And let's drop it down. Maybe move the hips side to side. Just release that. If you want to do a little dancing lion action here. All right. From here, we are going to flip the toes underneath and inhale into a plank. And then from here, we're just going to take it up into a down dog. Just feeling those little planks today. You want to pedal out your feet here. Got a couple breaths in this down dog before we move on. These down dogs are always a really good place to reconnect with your breath. If you feel shaky at any point, like your breath's not under control, these down dogs are a good place to try to re-grasp it. And like I said before, if your breath is totally out of control, just go ahead and take child's pose. That pose is always there for you. All right, let's heel toe the feet into the center of the mat And let's inhale the right leg up, bending the knee. Let's take the knee in some circles. And make sure to take it in the other direction if you've done this. All right, finishing up on the inhale, let's bring the leg out and back. And exhale, send it forward. Now we've got options here. If you want to stay in a crescent, that is option number one, a little bit more active. Arms are up, we're gazing at the hands. Now, if this is a bit much for you today and you want to take an Anjaneyasana instead, this is also here for you. That's just dropping the back knee. You can do a nice hip opener here if you want to even crawl the foot forward and then send the hips forward. That's an option. You can stay back here. We've got a couple different options. So more active is in the crescent, or we've got Anjaneyasana. Either way, we're gazing up towards the hands, we're gazing up really through the fingertips. Let's breathe here for 3, wherever you are. Breathing for 2. It's the middle of winter and we still got mosquitoes in Florida. And 1. All right, wherever you are, if your knee is dropped, that's totally fine. We're opening it up into a water wheel or a modified water wheel. Right hand is shooting back toward the back of the body, gazing at the right fingertips. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, exalted. We're gonna bring the right hand towards the back thigh. Left arm up, comes up, gazing up with their left hand. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. All right. Let's lower the knee down if it's not already there. And then we're gonna take it into a half split. Lengthening out the right leg here. If full split is in your practice and you'd like to take that, please go for it. We've got 5 breaths here. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, we're gonna rock it forward. We're gonna meet in this runner's lunge. Right foot's forward, knee is bent, hands are on either side. All right, we're taking it up into a 3-legged dog. Plant the hands on either side of the foot. Inhale, right leg comes up. Now, if you'd like to take a flip dog here, you can. If that's not in your practice and you want to just scorpion out that leg again, that's also an option. So if you're taking flip dog, bring the right leg just to the outside. We want the feet parallel. And then we're sending the hips up and draping that right arm as if you're going to come into a wheel, but we're just hovering it. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. If you want to make it a little easier to come out of, lower the hips and then flip and plant the right hand back. Now we're in 3-legged dog once more. Let's just lower that right foot down. All right, now we're gonna take the left side. So inhale, left leg up. Let's bend the knee. Maybe take the hip in some circles. Switching direction if you do these circles. All right, inhale, we send the leg back and up. And exhale, we send it forward. Again, let's take the same way you did on the last side. Either we're in Anjaneyasana here, got options on where you want your foot placement, or a little bit more active pose, we're in crescent. Either way is a great option, okay? Hands are up, gazing between the fingertips. We breathe for 3. Breathe for 2. And 1. Peel it open to the left, water wheel or modified water wheel. Gazing towards the left hand. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Exalted. Left hand comes to the thigh. Right arm comes up and over. Gazing at the right hand. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. and 1. Let's bring the arms down. Lower the back knee if it's not already lowered, and we're bringing it into half split. So sending the hips back, straightening out the left leg. Again, if you have full split in your practice and you'd like to take it, go for it. We've got 5 breaths here. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. If you're in full split, come meet me back in half, and then we'll transition through that runner's lunge. Hands are on either side of the left foot. All right, once we're here, we're gonna send the left leg up once more, maybe taking a flip dog. This time we're placing it on the outside of the right foot. Flipping over. We want the feet parallel. Then the hips are up. Gazing towards the left hand, breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Lower the hips. Place the left hand next to the right, and then we're just flipping back over. Left leg is lifted now. And let's just bring it down, place it right next to the right foot. All right, now we're gonna unplug the feet, walk them towards the hands, and very slowly inhale ourselves up to standing. All right, now we're here, we're gonna take 3 sun A's. Let's come into Samasthiti, which means our big toes are touching. There's a slight gap between the heels, and our hands are by our sides. All right, so we're going to be going with breath. If at any point you need to return to child's pose, please do so. Otherwise, just do your best to follow along. All right, inhale, we sweep the arms up and out, pressing the palms together over the head, gazing at the thumbs. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, gaze forward as we reach to the mat. Plant the hands, exhale, jump or step back, chaturanga. Inhale, we go into up dog. Press the feet against the mat and use your hands and your feet to lift everything up. The thighs are not touching. Unless this is too much, then you can leave them touching. And exhale, we send the hips up, flipping the toes for down dog. Now we're here in down dog. We've got a little opportunity to reconnect with our breath. Maybe find that ocean wave sound again. We've got 4 more breaths here. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Let's gaze at the hands. And then we're gonna inhale, jump or step to the top of the mat, maybe doing 1 foot at a time. Inhale, we half lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, we're gonna bend the knees a little bit if you need to for your back. Traditional sun A, you do keep the knees straight, so this is an option. We're going to very slowly come back up to standing, and as we do, we're gonna sweep the arms out again. Quick press at the top. And then exhale, hands to heart center. And then we kind of just flow through right back to Samasthiti. All right, let's do 2 more just like that. Start in Samasthiti, toes are touching, gap in the heels, hands by the sides. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, pressing together at the top, gazing at the thumbs. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, gaze forward, reach for the mat. Exhale, plant the hands, step or jump back. And as you're doing this, 1 movement, chaturanga. Now we inhale to up dog, pressing our chests up, lifting our thighs off the ground if we can. And exhale, we send the hips up, we flip the toes and into a down dog. Again, here we have 5 breaths in these down dogs to reconnect. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3. Breathing for 2. And and 1. All right, gaze between the hands, jump or step between the hands. So if you want to jump, you're going to bend the knees and then just jump up towards the hands. Inhale, we half lift. Gaze forward, reach towards the mat. You want a flat spine here. And exhale, we fold. Inhale, again, if you need to bend your knees for your back, do so. Inhale, 1 vertebrae at a time up. Arms sweep out and up, pressing together at the top just for a second. Exhaling through prayer hands, and then down back to Samasthiti. All right, one more. You've got a little bit of practice now. Inhale, arms sweep out and up. Gaze at the thumbs. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, half lift. Reach towards the mat, gaze forward. Press the hands into the mat, jump or step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Breathing for 5. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Gaze between the hands, jump or step between the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, slowly come to standing, sweeping the arms out and up. Exhale, back to Samasthiti. All right, now we're going to take Padangusthasana and Padahastasana. Let's inhale, jump or step the feet about hip width apart. Now we're going to exhale, fold down. We're going to take the peace fingers and wrap them around the big toes. This is going to be Padangusthasana. Inhale, let's lengthen as we gaze forward, just like we just did in those sun A's. Half lift, and then exhale, we fold. So now we're in this forward fold, but it's a more active forward fold than the ragdoll. We've got our peace fingers wrapped around our big toes. We're pulling our elbows out to the sides. I'm actually going to turn to the side so y'all can see what I mean. So to deepen the stretch, I'm just bending my elbows out to the sides. Trying to work my belly between my belly between my legs. Let's do 3 more breaths here. Breathing for 2. And 1. All right, inhale, we're gonna half lift, and then all we're gonna do is we're gonna switch out our hand positioning. Instead of peace fingers, now we're gonna take full flat hands, slide them right underneath our feet. Now my toes are touching my wrists, and I'm standing on top of my hands. Palms are up. Let's inhale, half lift again. Try and straighten the legs, lengthen the back if you can here. You might still need to bend your knees, which is totally fine. Inhale, we lengthen, gazing forward. Exhale, we fold again. Even a deeper stretch here. Got 5 breaths here. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3. And if you're really flexible again, you can bend those elbows out to the side to deepen the stretch. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, let's release the hands from underneath the feet. We're going to bend the knees here and then slowly come up to standing. All right, now we're going to come back into Samasthiti at the top of the mat. We're going to be doing some sun B's with variations. So Surya Namaskar B. We're going to start in Samasthiti once more. Toes together, gap between the heels. Arms are by the sides. Again, this is going to be with breath. If at any point it becomes too much, go ahead and go in child's pose, and then just join again when you can, okay? We're going to bend the knees. Inhale, arms come up. Now we're kind of in a chair pose here. We gaze at the fingers. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Gaze forward as we reach towards the mat, trying to make a flat back here. Plant the hands. Exhale, jump or step back into chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, flip the toes, hips up, down dog. We're just passing through. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, send the right leg forward, pivot the back foot. Warrior one. Now, ideally, so we're gonna inhale our torsos up. Ideally, we want a 90-degree bend in this right leg. Back leg is straightened. Our foot's flat on the ground, but it's about a 45-degree angle. Arms come up. We gaze at the fingers, at the palms that are pressing together. Let's breathe here for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Hands come to the floor. We bring the right foot to meet the left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling into up dog. Exhale, down dog. Alright, just passing through again. Left foot up, inhale. Exhale, send the left foot forward. Pivot the right foot. Warrior one on the left side. Inhale the torso up, palms pressed together. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Hands come down on either side of the foot. Left foot meets right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. Exhaling to down dog. All right, now we pause here for those 5 breaths. A chance to reconnect. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. Breathing 2. And 1. As you finish your exhale, bend your knees and gaze between your hands. Jump or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Hands come up, chair pose. Exhale, Samasthiti. All right, let's do another round, adding on. Every time we add on, it's going to be a little bit more of a flow. Bend the knees. Inhale, hands up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, gaze forward, half lift. Plant the hands, jump or step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, send it forward. Pivot the left foot, the back foot. Inhaling, warrior one, just passing through. Exhale, open to warrior two. Maybe adjust the footing. Now the left foot's facing towards the side of the mat. We've still got a 90-degree bend here. Chest is open. Gazing over the right fingertips. Breathing here for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Cartwheel the hands down to the foot. Right foot meets left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Just passing through. Inhale, left foot up. Exhale, send it forward. Pivot the right. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Cartwheel the hands. Left foot meets right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Breathe here for 5. Breathing here for 4. Breathing 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. As you finish your exhale, gaze between. If you're going to jump, bend the knees, hop forward. Inhale, we half lift. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sweep the arms up. Exhale, back to Samasthiti. Round 3, we got this. Starting in Samasthiti, bend the knees, arms up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, half lift. Plant the hands, jump or step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, send it forward. Pivot the back foot. Inhaling, warrior one. Exhaling, warrior two. Inhaling peaceful warrior. Peaceful warrior, if you're not familiar, you want to keep the same warrior 2 legs. Maybe bring the left hand onto the left thigh or hook it behind your lower back. Right arm peels up and over the right ear towards the left side of the body. We gaze up at the wrist or the hand. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Cartwheel the arms back down. Right foot meets left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, left leg up. Exhale, send it forward, pivot the right. Inhaling, warrior 1. Exhaling, warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior on the other side. Breathing for 3. Try and keep that deep bend in the left leg here. Breathing 2. And 1. Cartwheel the hand. Left foot meets right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 5 breaths here. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Bend the knees, gaze between the hands, jumper step between the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, bending the knees. Exhale, back to Samastitihi. All right, we are doing great. Let's do another round. Samastitihi. Bend the knees, arms sweep up. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, jumper step back, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, send it forward, pivot the left foot. Inhaling, warrior 1. Exhaling, warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful. And exhale, we're transitioning into goddess. Sorry, my back's to you guys. So our toes are faced out. Heels are in. Got a wide stance here. And then we just want to sink our hips down. Try to keep the torso up if you can. Maybe cactus the arms. Let's just do 3 breaths here. Breathing for 2. And 1. All right, we're going to spin on that left foot and just bring it back into a runner's lunge here to transition. So right foot meets left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Left foot lifts. Exhale, send the left foot forward. Pivot the right. Inhaling, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior. And exhale, we're gonna flip the right foot out, goddess. So this time we're gonna hold it for 5 breaths. Little extra challenge. So feet are out. Try and sink your hips lower if you can. If you wanna keep your hands at heart center or cactus them out, open the shoulders a little bit. Both are good options. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. Maybe move back and forth a little bit. For 3, 2, and 1. All right, we're going to spin on that right foot again. Coming back to that runner's lunge. Left foot meets right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Now we've got 5 breaths in this down dog. Time to reconnect. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. Two. And one. As you finish the exhale, bend the knees, gaze between the hands, jump or step between the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees. Inhale, hands up, pressing the palms together. Exhale, back to Samastitihi. All right, last one. I'm tired too. Samastitihi. Inhale, bend the knees. Palms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, jump or step back. Chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, send it forward, pivot the back foot. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Peaceful warrior. Transitioning through goddess. And then we're just going into Skandasana. Bending the right leg, left leg extends this time. Hold here for 5. If you want to do a bind here, you're welcome to. Or seated compasses in your practice. 4 more breaths here. Breathing 3. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, we're going to try and power up on this right leg here, okay? And as we do that, we're gonna just rotate. So we're gonna do a power up from Skandasana and place our hands down, just transitioning into standing eagle. Just got 3 breaths here. Maybe you want to test out your balance by grabbing onto the back of the calf, breathing for 2. And 1. Plant the hands, bring the left foot down, right foot meets left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. All right, last side. Left foot lifts. Exhale, send the left foot forward, pivot the right. Inhale, warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, peaceful warrior. Into goddess. All right, and now we're going into Skandasana on the left side. Bending the left leg, right leg extends. Got 5 breaths here. If you want to do a bind or a seated compass, that is an option. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3. 2. And 1. All right, we're gonna do that weird transition again. We're gonna rotate over on the left leg, planting the hands, standing needle on the left this time. Just 3 breaths here. Breathing for 2. And 1. Let's slowly lower the right leg down. Left foot meets right. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Got 5 breaths here, another chance to reconnect. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 3. 2. And 1. As you finish up the exhale, bend the knees, gaze between the hands, jump or step between the hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, hands up. And exhale, back to Samastitihi. All right, you did your sun bee flows. Great job. Let's just take an easy ragdoll here. Step the feet hip width apart and just fold forward. Let's do 5 breaths here. However you want, swaying, stillness. Just a little rest time here. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 2. helps you to come up slowly. All right, and now we're just gonna bring our feet back to Samasthiti. We're going to do triangle and rotated triangle, Trikonasana. Let's inhale, take a big step out to the right. Left foot is going to be facing forward. Right foot's facing the back of the mat now. Tee out the arms. Exhale, we fold over this right leg. Now we've got options here. Maybe your flexibility brings you to your shin, maybe your ankle, maybe all the way to your toe. Peace fingers around the big toes. Now wherever you are, make sure you're not pressing into this leg. We want to be using our abdominal muscles, our obliques, to hold us up here. Maybe you want to pretend you're holding a beach ball. Either way, we've got 5 breaths here. Left arm peels open if you're not holding that beach ball, and then we're going to gaze at the left fingertips that point towards the sky. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, let's inhale the torso up. Left arm comes up this time. Exhale, we place it back down. Left hand is on the inside of the foot. If you're really flexible and you can place your hand on the outside of the foot on the pinky toe edge, that's great too. Wherever you are, you want your legs straight. Right arm comes up, gazing at the right hand, breathing for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. 2. And 1. Inhale. Bring everything up. Let's just switch out the feet. So now the right foot faces forward. Left foot faces to the left. Arms are teed out. Exhale, we fold over this left leg. Now, our bodies are not always symmetrical. So maybe you were able to get all the way to your toe on the last leg, and maybe on this leg you're like, oh my gosh, I can only get to my ankle. That's fine, just go wherever you can. Don't push your body, you don't want to strain yourself. Bring yourself to your edge and then stop there and hold it. Find your edge, settle in, peel the right arm open, gaze at the right hand, breathe for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. 2. And 1. All right, inhale everything up. The right arm comes up to the sky. Exhale, we set the hand down, peeling the left arm open, gazing up at the left hand, breathing for 5. Breathing 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale, everything comes up. Exhale, we're going to power over back to Samasthiti. So maybe bend this leg and send it back. All right, going into some side angle and variations. Inhale, big step out to the right. Right foot pivots to the back of the mat. Left foot's facing forward. Deep bend in the right leg. We want a 90-degree angle here. Hand comes to the pinky toe edge side of the foot. Our knee is in our armpit now. Left arm peels open. It's like an arrow shooting out the top of your head. And then we turn a little bit so that we're gazing toward this arm. We breathe for 5. Breathing 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Now we're going to transition into Bird of Paradise. If Bird of Paradise is not in your practice, I'm going to have you take Lizard. So really easy transition. You're just going to take the right hand, and instead of on the pinky toe edge, it'll be inside. So if Bird of Paradise is not in your practice, go ahead and take Lizard. I'm here opening the hip. If you're with me, I'm taking Bird of Paradise. We're going to take that bind very slowly, make that transition up. I'll do another video where I break it down a little bit more today. If it's in your practice, go ahead. Ooh, my balance is off today. Once you're here, let's breathe for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. All right, let's meet back down in that side angle. Lizard people, meet me back in side angle. All right, let's bring it up just a smidge. We're gonna take prayer hands. We're just gonna do a little twist. Left elbow comes to the outside of the right knee. Just 3 breaths here. Breathing for 2. And 1. Unhook those arms. Let's come back into the center. We're gonna switch out just like we did in Trikonasana. Now the left foot's facing forward, or right foot's facing forward, sorry. The left foot is facing the front of the mat. Let's tee out the arms, deep bend in the left leg. 90-degree angle here. We bring the left hand onto the pinky toe edge side of the left foot here. Right arm peels open over the top of the ear, gazing at the right hand. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. For 2. And 1. All right, now either bird of paradise or lizard. Lizard people, just bring your bring your hands to the inside of the left foot. Okay, and if you're in bird of paradise, we're going to take that bind and then very slowly transition the feet up into bird of paradise. Once you reach the top, take 3 breaths. And on the exhale, slowly come back down in a side angle. If you're in lizard, meet me in side angle. We're gonna inhale, come up again, and we're gonna do a little twist just for 3 breaths once more. Hands to prayer, hook the right elbow on the outside of the left knee. Breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1, unhook. Come back up into center. We're gonna power over to Samasthiti again. All right. Prasarita Padottanasana, wide-legged forward fold with variations. Inhale, big step out to the right. We pigeon the toes. Okay, first one, let's inhale the arms out. Exhale to the waist and fold all the way forward. I'm gonna turn to the side so y'all can see what I'm about to describe. So now I have my hands on the mat. Fingers are spread wide, I'm gripping against the mat. Now I'm using these hands and I'm gonna crawl them back to create a deeper stretch. So I'm crawling them back till I find my edge, walking my torso between my legs. Once I find my edge here, I'm just gonna hold for 5 breaths. Really pushing against the mat. It's like I'm trying to slide the mat forward. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3. For 2. And 1. All right, inhale, half lift. Let's bring the hands onto the hips. Pause here. Exhale, fold once more. This time we are pressing the thumbs into the back of the hips. Almost like you have something between your shoulder blades that you're trying not to drop. Really opening the chest here. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. For 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Inhale. Let's come up to a half lift. Pause here for the exhale. All right. Now we're going to take our arms, interlace them behind the backs, and exhale, fold once more. Interlaced hands are being sent away from my back. Eventually, the goal is to get them to touch the floor. Breathing for 5. Don't forget our toes are pigeoned in here a little bit. Breathing 4. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Last one. Inhale, slowly come all the way back up. Let's release the hands. Pause here. All right, last one. Exhale, fold forward. As we do, we're going to take our peace fingers and wrap them around our big toes. Now, this one can be a little bit tricky. It's good if you wrap the fingers around the toes and then grab your, pinch your toe with your thumb. So now you're really pulling. Practice your pull, get your balance, and then you're going to send yourself forward. So we're pulling against the toes as we're folding forward. It's helping with my balance a lot. Breathing for 5. Breathing for 4. For 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Inhale, half lift, release the toes. Bring the hands to the hips. Inhale, come all the way back up. And we're going to power up towards the front again. So maybe bend the knee, the right knee. Exhale, back to Samastiti. All right. Next little flow. We're going to be taking pyramid. Inhale, a medium step out, not a huge step this time. Right foot's facing forward. The back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Inhale, we lengthen up. Maybe we take our hands, reverse prayer, or grabbing for either elbow behind the back. Reverse prayer is a little bit more difficult, so if that's hard, just go for the grabbing either elbows. Hope you all can hear me over this crazy wind that's happening. Inhale, let's lengthen up. Exhale, we fold over this right leg. Breathing for 5. We're working the crown of the head towards the foot. Working the right hip back and sending the left hip forward to keep them square. Breathing 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. All right, now we're going to release the hands. And we're coming up to balance on this right leg. Now, slowly, we're going to lengthen the left leg while lengthening the arms out in front. Now we're in Warrior 3. Try to get your arms at the same level as your ears. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3. 2. And 1. Slowly lower that back leg down if you can. Try to keep it at that 45-degree angle. Now we're back up. Hands come to prayer at the chest. We're just going to spin on our heels. And now we're set up for the other side. Maybe if you're against a wall, adjust yourself back a little bit. Tall people. Left foot's facing forward. Right foot's at a 45-degree angle. Again, setting up the arms, either reverse prayer or grabbing for either elbow behind the back, wherever you're at. Inhale, lengthen forward. Exhale, fold over that left leg. Bringing the crown of the head towards the ground. Left hip rotates back, right hip is rotating forward. Breathing for 5. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale. Slowly come up to standing. Release the arms. Exhale. Back to Samastiti. All right. Ardha Padma Paschimottanasana. It is a half lotus while standing. So I'm going to turn to face you all. once more. We're going to bring the weight of the body into the right leg, actually, to start. Bring the weight of the body into the right leg. I'll explain why I'm doing this in a second. So we're bringing the left leg up, and this might be a little much for you, so I'm going to explain some possible variations that we can do as well. It's a lot on the knee. Weight is in the right foot. Left leg bends up into half lotus. Maybe this is really easy for you. Great. If this is really tough for you, maybe you're like, oh my god, my knee, I can't take it. Hold it down here, maybe even down here. If you're here, we're gonna just hold the foot throughout this whole pose. If this is where you're at, this is the beginning of you getting some knee flexibility. That's great. Maybe you're up here, maybe you're here, but you cannot go any farther. Just go ahead and hold that. Now, if this is easy for you, then we're gonna take the left arm and wrap it around the back and grab this foot. Okay, easy. If this is easy, maybe mine is balance, you can go ahead and fold forward. All right, now we're forward. We've got the bind. Our right hand is near the right foot. We can breathe here for 5. Breathing for 4. Breathing 3. Maybe you notice your heels kind of pressed into your abdomen. Breathing for 2. And 1. Maybe bend the knee a little bit to come back up to standing. And then just try and slowly release that foot down. Maybe shake it out a little bit, whatever you need to do to reset for the other side. Now we're bringing the weight of our body into our left leg. Right foot comes up. Remember, our bodies can be asymmetrical, so maybe you were all the way up here, and on this leg you're down here. That's totally fine. Find your edge where you're not going to injure yourself, and then stay there. This is easy for you. Go ahead and take that right hand, wrap it around the back, grab a hold of the foot. Now, while we're balancing here, before the heel was pressed into the right side of the abdomen, now it's on the left. Just take note of that. As we fold, if you can fold, otherwise remember, just stay up here. This is a great beginning stretch. We fold and we bring the left hand down next to the left side of the foot. We've got 5 breaths here. Now our right heel is pressed into the left side of the abdomen. So we have our ascending and descending colon. The ascending's on the right side, so we press that first. Everything goes through there first, and then the left side comes second. It's like a little colon massage. Get our digestive systems moving around. 2 more breaths here. And 1. Slowly come back up to standing and switch it out. Just again, like I said, so the first one's here and the other's here. It's kind of like a upside down U shape. So first we're pressing here, then we're pressing here, just helping get things moving. Ashtanga is really good for the digestive system, which is really great. I have a lot of digestive issues, as do many people. So just helps get things moving, gets your digestive moving. All good options. Okay, now we are going to Utthita Hasta Padangusthasana. Let's bring the weight of the body into the right foot again, just to keep it on that side. Right hand comes to the hip. Bend the knee to 90-degree angle. All right, once you're comfortable here, go ahead and take the peace fingers around the left toes and extend the foot. Got 5 breaths here. If you want to bring your hand out for balance, you can do that too. Breathing for 4. Breathing for 3. For 2. And 1. All right, wherever you are, maybe you want to keep your knee bent. That's totally fine too. But wherever you are, try to lengthen the foot out. Breathing for 5. Hands to the hips. Breathing 4. Lifting the leg as high as you can. Breathing 3. 2. And 1. We're not lowering it. We're sweeping the leg back. We're going to take the left hand, grab the inside of the foot, transitioning into dancer. So setting up for dancer, you do want to pass through this position. The knees are touching each other, thighs are close together. They're touching one another. And then from there, hinge forward. It could be a faster transition than that, but you do kind of want to pass through that. 3 breaths once you land here. Breathing for 2. And 1. Slowly come back up to standing. And switch it out. Maybe shake it out first. All right. Now this time, hands to the hips. Right leg comes up. I should have said the modification the last time, I forgot. So if extending the leg and grabbing hold of the peace fingers is a little bit too much, go ahead and just keep a bent leg like this, 90-degree angles. This is going to help you work on your balance as well. If you're with me, peace fingers around the toe, extend the leg. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Wherever you're at, release the foot. Remember, like if you were here bent, try to extend it. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, send it back. We're not going to standing yet. Grab a hold of that inner right foot. Remember, pass through this position. Thighs are glued together. And then we send it forward. 3 breaths once you get here. Breathing for 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Slowly come back to stand. We're just going to shift over Samastitihi. All right, let's take a vinyasa. Inhale, palms together, gazing at the thumbs. Exhale, we fold. Inhale, gaze forward, reach towards the mat. Plant the hands, jumper, step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog. Let's just take 3 breaths here, a little reset, breathing for 3. Breathing for 2. And 1. Bend the knees, gaze between the hands. If you can jump here, that'd be a great option, but also step is a great option here too. Jumping is going to take you straight into Uttanasana, which is where we're going. Sweeping the hands up. Make sure you can see your toes poking out in front of your knees. Gaze up at the hands. We've got 5 breaths here. Breathing for 4. 3. For 2. And 1, lift the toes. 5 more here. Breathing for 4. Maybe go a little lower. 3. For 2. And 1, lower the knees, forward, fold. Inhale, half loop. Exhale, plant the hands, jumper, step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Exhaling, down dog, just passing through. Inhale, right leg up. Exhale, send it forward, pivot the left. Inhaling, warrior 1. We've got 5 breaths this time. You've been here before. Breathing for 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. Straighten the right leg. We're just switching it out. Warrior 1 on the left side this time. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. For 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Open the arms. Rotate the right foot a little bit. Now it's just facing the left side. Warrior 2. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. For 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Left leg straightens out. pivot the feet. Left foot faces the left side of the mat. Right foot's facing forward. Warrior 2 on the right side. Breathing for 5. Breathing for 4. For 3. 2. And 1. Cartwheel the hands. Right foot meets left. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling to down dog. All right, now we're taking it onto the floor. If you know how to jump through to a seat, do it. If you want to practice, we'll have a few chances. Here's the first one. Bend the knees, gaze forward. If you've been jumping forward like you have, when you're in the air, you're going to cross your legs into a cross-legged seat. And now we're in Dandasana. We're transitioning into Dandasana. Feet are flexed, legs are straight out in front of us. We've got our hands on either side of the sits bones. Spine is straight. Our chin is slightly down towards our chest. We just breathe here for 5. It's a realignment pose. Breathing for 4. 3. 2. And 1. Forward fold, Paschimottanasana. We're going to do 2 variations here. The first one is peace fingers around big toes. Maybe walk your sits bones back. Got 5 breaths. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. For 2. And 1. Now we're just going to switch out our grip. This time we're going to grab around the bottoms of the feet. If you're really flexible and you want to put a block there, you can, like on the bottom of your feet. Or you could grab your wrist and then hook your feet inside this hole you've created. A little bit of a deeper stretch here. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. All right, first seated vinyasa. We're going to cross our legs, rock forward, plant the hands, jump or step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog. Exhaling to down dog. All right, second opportunity for that funky jump through. Bend the knees, gaze forward. Hop up, cross the legs in the air, and landed in cross-legged. Purvottanasana. Legs are out straight in front of us. Hands are about 6 to 8 inches behind the sits bones. The goal is to, we're going to do a reverse plank, essentially. Big toes will be touching the ground. Inhale, hips up, head comes back. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. 2. And 1. Lower the hips down. Another seated vinyasa. Cross the legs. Rock forward, plant the hands, jump or step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Another jump through, bend the knees, gaze forward, hop up, cross the legs, and land it. Janu Sirsasana. All right, I'm going to turn to face you all so that you can see what I'm doing a little bit better. My right leg is extended, left leg is bent at a 90-degree angle. I'm going to inhale, my hands up to the sky, square off the shoulders to the right, to the front foot, and exhale, fold. Breathing through 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. For 2. And 1. All right, let's take our forearm onto the ground if you can. Left arm reaches over, either reaching towards to the right toe or grabbing a hold of it. Really deep left side body stretch here. Breathing for 5. Breathing for 4. For 3. For 2. And 1. Inhale, everything come up. We're going to place the left hand on to the left of the left sits bones, about 6 inches. We're coming up into stargazer. So let's plant that left hand. Right arm sweeps up as we bring the hips up, gazing towards that right hand that's draping over the ear. Breathing for 5. 4. Breathing 3. For 2. And 1. Lower the hips back down. We're going to take a vinyasa. Crossing the legs, we rock forward. Jumper step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling up dog. Exhaling down dog. Bend the knees, gaze forward. We're hopping through to a seat. Sirsasana, other side. Left leg is extended. Right leg is bent at a 90-degree angle. Inhale, we reach up, squaring our shoulders off to this left leg. Exhale, we fold. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. For 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Release. We're going to do that little side stretch. So we're going to take our left forearm onto or near the ground. Right arm peels over and we're reaching towards that toe, or we bind. 5 breaths here. Breathing for 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Release. Let's bring the right hand about 6 inches to the right of the right sits bone. And then again, we're going to peel up. Left arm comes over the left ear, gazing towards the fingertips, stargazer. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. 2. And 1. Coming back through, let's take our vinyasa, crossing the legs, rocking forward, jumper step back, exhale, chaturanga, inhale, up dog, exhale, down dog. All right, we're jumping through to a seat again, kind of. Bend the knees, look forward, jump through to a seat. Just kidding, we're going into Savasana, it's boat. It's kind of a seat. Legs are extended. If you want to bend them, that's a little bit easier on you. Full extended is going to be a little bit more of a challenge. Arms are parallel to the ground. We've got 5 breaths. We're doing it 5 times. Breathing for 4. For 3. 2. And 1. Cross the legs. We're just planting the hands. We're just lifting the butt. That's it. Drop it back down. Round 2. Breathing for 5. If you need to bend your knees again, do it. Even you can hold on to them a little bit. Make it a little bit easier on yourself. Breathing for 4. For 3. 2. And 1. Bend the knees, plant the hands, lift the butt. Round 3. Breathing for 5. 4. 3. For 2. And 1. Cross the legs, lift the butt. Round 4. We're almost there. Breathing for 5. 4. 3. For 2. And 1. Cross the legs. Last one. Lift up the butt. Breathing for 5. For 4, I'm shaking. For 3. For 2. It's a lot on the lower back. And 1. Okay, cross lift up. We're taking a vinyasa. Jumper step back. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhaling, up dog. Maybe I'm just gonna stay here for 2 extra breaths actually, because this up dog feels so good on the abdominal muscles. 1 more breath. And send it up into down dog. All right, lowering the knees, we come into tabletop. Now, I'm gonna give a couple options here. If headstand is in your practice, go ahead and take it. If it's not, I'm going to give a couple different options. Now, if headstand's in your practice, go ahead and take it. I've never done headstand before, and I have been practicing dolphin options. So first, never done headstand before. Go ahead and get into a forearm plank. Okay? So fingers are spread wide, maybe even our thumb tips are touching together. Our arms are in the shape of an 11. Now, once you're in this forearm plank, go ahead and walk your toes up. Keep on walking them. Never done headstand before. This is where you want to be. Keep on walking those toes up till you can't anymore. It's a lot on the abdominal muscle. Gaze forward at the hands. And then hold that as long as you can. Now, doing dolphin every time is going to start to give you the abdominal strength you need to go into the next pose. So, beginners, practice dolphin. Any video I do where we're doing headstand, just go ahead and practice that dolphin. If you have been practicing dolphin and you want a little bit more, you want to start practicing your balance for headstands, go ahead and take your arms into that 11 again. This time we're going to interlace our fingers, creating a little cup here with the hands. Got our hands in an 11 shape. Hands are interlaced. Now we're going to place the head down. Top of the head is on the mat. We're cradling the back of the head with the arms. Now we're going to go to that dolphin again. All the way up. But now you've been practicing dolphin. So your abdominal muscles are a little stronger. You might be ready to take the next thing. Maybe you just lift up. Walk your feet into dolphin till they don't have anywhere to go other than up. Ooh. And maybe you haven't practiced headstand in a while, or you're just starting and you're a little wobbly. So just go ahead and practice this. Hold this for as long as you can. Maybe you come back down. Once you can hold your breath, once you can do 10 breaths, not hold your breath, sorry, you never want to hold your breath. Once you can do 10 breaths here, maybe you start to raise your legs, okay? So we've got options. And then you really want to start there, because once you're strong enough to be doing that and balancing, you can actually just raise both your legs at the same time. So that is the true Ashtanga headstand, is being able to raise both legs at the same time, but it does take time to get there. So very beginners, first time beginners, take dolphin. If you're practicing, go ahead and take that headstand with the bent knees, and you can just keep practicing. Little child's pose here, little rest. If you're in headstand, come down. Rest in child's pose, knees together, or knees apart, whatever feels better for you. Okay, let's come forward, and we're just going to transition into a plank to go through vinyasa. So now we're in plank. We're going to exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to down dog. We're going to jump through to a seat, bend the knees, hop forward, and now we're in a seat. We're taking Supta Baddha Konasana. We're going to take 2 variations. I'm turning just so y'all can see what I'm doing. Soles of the feet together. Variation number 1. We're going to take our pointer fingers and put them between the big toe and the little toe. So really what we're doing is we're taking an OK sign, putting the big toes through it. Now we're grabbing a hold of the feet, and once you've found your edge, then work your chin forward. If you're facing the front of your mat, really you're working your chin towards the front of your mat. I'm working my chin towards you all. Should be a nice groin stretch here. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. 2. And 1. Alright, variation number 2. We're coming back to neutral Supta Baddha Konasana. Interlace the fingers. Take the little cup you've created and cup it around the front of your toes. Now, we're working the top of the head towards the feet. So it's kind of like a cat back here. Back is rounded. We're not working forward this time. It's more of an upper back stretch as we round down. Breathe here for 5. Breathing for 4. 3. Breathing 2. And 1. Inhale, we release. I'm just turning back to be in the same position as you all, and let's just lay down. Alright, taking it up into shoulder stand. Inhale, we peel our legs off the ground and the hips come up with it too. Adjust yourself so that your weight is on your shoulders and not your neck. Bringing the hands to the rib cage for some support. The goal is to have the hips on top of the shoulders with the ankles on top of the hips. Breathing here for 5. Breathing 4. Breathing 3. 2. And 1. Alright, 1 or both at the same time. Lower into plow. Make sure you don't hit anything like plants. Breathing for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Deaf man's pose. Bend the knees. Bring the knees either to the temples or the ears. Temples is to start. Ears as if you're a little more flexible, and the heels are just touching above the top of the head. Breathing for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Alright, let's do lotus. Like you're on the ceiling if you can. If you're not quite here yet, then just cross your legs. It's like you're sitting in a cross-legged position on the ceiling. Breathing for 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Keep your head touching if you have these lotus feet, if you can. Roll down slowly. Touch maintains, or head maintains contact with the ground, always touching. Roll up onto the sits bones, onto the crown of the head. Fish pose, grabbing hold of those feet if you can. Breathing for 5. Breathing 4. 3. 2. And 1. Alright, coming all the way up. Now we're in a full lotus. I actually have to adjust if you need to. Lotus can be a lot on my hips. I was not able to do lotus a few months ago, so sometimes you gotta adjust. Right foot comes in first. My eventual goal is just to be able to get through the whole the finishing series of Ashtanga within lotus. But sometimes you gotta adjust. So now we're here. If you can, we're gonna grab the right foot and the left foot around the back, and then fold forward as much as you can. Breathing for 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Release. Last pose. Hands come down on either side of the sits bones. Lift everything up. If you're in cross-legged, just lift your butt up. Breathing for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release everything down and roll over into your final resting pose, Savasana. Let your legs roll out, feet splay out to the side, palms are up, arms are resting on the sides of the body. Letting everything relax. We've been doing a lot of movement today. Moving meditation, it helps me get out of my head. So sometimes in the Shavasana we can start to notice our thoughts start to creep back into our head, maybe things you don't need to be thinking about right now. Try to bring it back into your body. Release your breath, but listen to it. Feel your heart beating. Maybe even just listen to the sounds around you. Just keeping it present though, instead of focusing on thoughts that come by. Treating thoughts like clouds that just pass. We see them, we notice them, and then they're gone. If you have time in your day to keep meditating and stay in the Shavasana, I invite you to do so. If you're ready to come back, maybe start with some little finger and toe movements. Maybe circle out the wrists. Maybe turn the head from side to side, massaging the back of the head against the mat. When you're ready, rolling over to the right side in fetal position. You can use your arm as a pillow here if you'd like. Taking another moment of rest here. When you're ready, lengthen the left leg, press up onto the left arm and come up to a seat. Eyes are closed. Let's bring our hands to heart center in prayer. Maybe blink the eyes open. Thank you all so much for coming today. Thank you for sharing your practice with me, even if it is over a computer. I love getting to share my practice and knowing that other people are doing it with me. So thank you for making time for yourself today, for creating space for others and for me. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Namaste.